What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. Today is Valentine's Day. Figure companies have been showing us the love from the Hot Toys 1989 Batman and Batmobile. And Hasbro also came through with a couple of new Marvel Legends reveals. So we already knew that we're going to get the pre-orders for the Guardians of the Galaxy original Yondu figure. Looks good. I think that figure really turned out well, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of the original Guardians team to join Yondu and Vance Astro. But we got a couple reveals, and these reveals weren't leaked out anywhere. We didn't know they were coming. And I know it's really cool and fun to know, hey, this guy's coming. We're going to get these figures coming at some point, which is nice because I don't have to add them to my list of figures I want to see. But when we get these surprise out of nowhere reveals like an RKO, it's like, wow, cool. And then when we see the figures and they actually turn out well, it's even better. Less so when it's like, oh gosh, you had one job to do, you totally botched this version of the character. Not so in this case. The two reveals we got today look really strong, and I'm looking forward to adding them to my collection. Of course, the real question with these price points is when I'll get them. So first up, from the Hawkeye comic book series / Disney Plus series, it's the Tracksuit Mafia. Dan on the Marvel Legends marketing team mentioned yesterday that there was one figure revealed that could be used as an army builder. Clearly it's the Tracksuit Mafia. So we got this figure. It comes with a default Kazi head sculpt, but it's also got a bearded, bald head sculpt and then a masked goon head sculpt, which is nice. So you can have options to build up your army. Also, to assist with that, the figure comes with 4 different weapons: the golf club that was teased during the last live stream, a Molotov cocktail, nice accessory. Then we've also got a machete and a baseball bat. Those latter two we've seen before, but the golf club and the Molotov cocktail are really nice, fun accessories. I can't wait to see what people do, like the figure photographers have a bunch of rooftop scenes on the street scenes with a slew of Tracksuit Mafia figures fighting off the Disney Plus Hawkeye and the comic book versions of those two characters against an army of Tracksuit Mafia. I think that's really cool to get army builders like this kind of quickly out to the masses. Tracksuit Mafia is a Target exclusive, so that means we won't have any problem finding these figures. It won't be any case of, oh no, it's a Walmart exclusive, good luck finding them. That won't be the case. The problem is Hasbro seemed like they got it right with the price point of Yondu. $24.99. That's the regular price of all Marvel Legends at this point, basically the default price. And somehow they got their wires crossed or just thought, hey, we're throwing in so much extra stuff here, we should charge more. So the Tracksuit Mafia is going to be $27.99. And to me, that's like, guys, that's wrong, because we're not getting Build-A-Figure parts. And I keep harping on that. That was such a big part of the original presentation of this line where, hey, you get this figure, maybe the tooling and sculpting isn't as intricate as some other lines, but we're going to give you a bonus figure if you collect all the rest of the figures in these waves. So having these standalone options with the store exclusives takes out, of course, that Build-A-Figure promise premise. And then you're being charged more, which seems a little backwards to me. I think back to that Walgreens New Mutants Danny Moonstar figure, and she came loaded with a bunch of stuff. She had the default Danny head sculpt, which was sculpted, new piece. She came with the bow and arrow, nice. But she also had 2 different portraits, and Hasbro actually took the time to accommodate, hey, people are going to want to army build this figure, so let's incorporate different Wolfsbane hands for her, different Karma pieces for the Karma head sculpt as well. So of course I bought 3 of those figures without even worrying about it, because it's like, hey, you guys put in the effort. There's no extra bonus, hey, we're giving you army building capabilities, so we're going to charge more. It was just a regular price. I don't think that's a good trend to charge more just because they're throwing in a little bit more. I mean, I figure some figures have more or less just depending on what you need, what kind of accessories. But if you're going to charge $27.99, they need to come with a slew of stuff. Think back to that Doctor Strange. That figure came loaded with a bunch of accessories, different portraits, but it also had a big cape, new body, and all that good stuff. I feel like this Tracksuit Mafia has okay stuff, but it's like, come on, guys. Y'all could have done a little bit more. And then looking at this sculpt, I'm wondering if Hasbro might repurpose this later on down the road for a Hank Pym figure during his West Coast Avengers time, because it's got a red jumpsuit, it's got the black t-shirt showing. maybe they decide this is good enough. People will be fine with it. We'll just put in a Hank Pym head sculpt and call it a day. That's his West Coast Avengers look. I hope they don't do that, but I kind of see some similarities there that make it work. And if in a pinch, you'd never get that red jumpsuit version of Hank, there's an option to go with, so maybe. But speaking of Hank Pym, the other reveal today was the astonishing Ant-Man. And if you've been watching my channel at any point in time, you know how much I've been clamoring for this figure. It's a classic Ant-Man. I have been using this version, the Toy Biz one, as my default Ant-Man in the collection for too long. So I've got all these great advanced non-ball joint hips, Marvel Legends in my Avengers shots, and still had to bring this guy out. No longer, because now we've got a really great superior version of Ant-Man, so I can finally relax and retire this mold, this figure. Now, Scott Lang's head sculpt was under here, but since I never took the helmet off, it was always Hank Pym for me. But now I can use this as Scott Lang on the other side of my Avengers collection. But I'm so excited to get this version of Hank Pym, his original superhero identity. I wish that figure also came with a removable, swappable head where we could see the blonde hair, the blonde locks of Hank Pym. I think that was one of the cool things about this figure. You could take the helmet off, you could sew that. So I'm a little surprised we don't get a removable head sculpt as well, or removable helmet, or at least an alternate head sculpt included with this set. The accessories are pretty low. I mean, this is one of those cases where it's like, put this figure in a wave because, man, he comes with nothing. He literally just has the two swappable hands. My guy Ryan Daly mentioned, what's the deal with all these Hasbro Ant-Man figures, because they only come with fists. So this time we've got the outstretched, reaching in the lab hands. So Ryan, I hope you're happy, because I am going to get some options, different choices for our Hank Pym Ant-Man displays. That's really cool. I just feel like they missed out on doing a little bit more. Maybe a lab coat, and like I said, a different alternate headpiece. We've got those test tubes from the Valeria and Franklin set. I could have just tossed those in there with no problem. So it's a little weird that that's all we get is two hands. Kind of like, come on guys, where's something extra? Maybe they'll throw in another mini Ant-Man figure or mini Wasp. I just think it's odd just to have hands and that's it. This is an exclusive to Target. He's $24.99, so we don't pay a special exclusive price tag of $27.99, but I just wish there was just a little bit more. I really like this figure, really wanted it, so I'm happy to see it. I can't quite place the buck they used for it because it looks like there's some different parts. You can see the pin joint, so we know it's not on that Vulcan mold, but it looks like one of the better, more modern ones. Maybe it's that Sunfire mold. Can't quite tell from the pictures, but it looks like it's got really good articulation. And I don't really care so much about the pins. I just think that if you're going to use these new bodies, you need to start using them with every figure. But this one looks like it'll fit pretty well next to that 80th anniversary Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man figures. And the Black Panther that's using the Vulcan mold. I'm waiting to see a new Hawkeye because I think we need a new comic style version of him. Classic comic style Hawkeye. And I'd love to see a new Vision, bulkier, a little bit broader. So maybe that's another use for that mold. But Ant-Man looks really good. Of course, I decided to have like a modicum of patience and go, I'll wait till tomorrow before I start clamoring for a matching Wasp to go alongside him. And, you know, we've got all the other Avengers in their original Avengers looks, basically. We've got a giant man from Toy Biz that I still don't know if Hasbro is willing to take on that challenge of beating and topping. We finally got this one, so maybe next year we'll get a giant man on that scale. But we've got Captain America, we've got Thor, we've got Iron Man. You can go with that 20th anniversary version. I guess we still need a brutish version of Hulk from his days when Jack Kirby was drawing him in the Avengers. Maybe we can get that version, Don Heck version of the Hulk, but looks pretty good. We've got a Namor to fight these guys, and we've got an Ant-Man now until issue 2 when he switches up to being a giant man. But we need a Wasp now, and that's the time to get that classic original version. And I was complaining, hey guys, we got a new Marvel Legends Ant-Man Quantumania wave. Where's the classic Ant-Man? We finally got it, and I'm really glad that Hasbro did not let another Ant-Man movie pass without getting a classic Ant-Man figure. That's really good. Now I'm going to be greedy. Let's bring us that classic Wasp to join him, be alongside him. So we're going to have that original duo, original partner duo of the Avengers teamed up on one shelf in their classic old school looks. Really looking forward to seeing that, hopefully, because now I can take off classic Ant-Man off my list, keep Banshee green outfit, higher on there and started circulating some more figures on my list of Marvel Legends I'd like to see in 2023, 2024, and beyond. So really excited about this. Really fun reveals. Pre-orders are up now. I'm going to put them in the item description, so if you're so interested, you can get them from my affiliate link over at Target. So Ryan, Modestar, Lawston, let me know what you guys think, because we finally got our classic Hank Pym Ant-Man figure in Marvel Legends form. Thank you all for watching. As always, this episode of Lyle's Figure Files has been filed.